Basically, there are different way of doing casting or constructing a geomancy table. But let me quickly make a sharp demonstration. Then in voice note, I will be explaining much more better. So this is just I may not talk too much, but in voice notes, this is just a demonstration I want to do from here. So I start by so I'm casting instead of using sound. The same process, even if it is sound, but if it is sound, I mean, the same process. But I will be explaining this better in voice. Now I'm just using this to show demonstration on how to do it. If you are noticing the difference, the first one I did, I make it longer. The subsequent one under it was a bit shorter. This is like the second one I did. It's a bit shorter. Look at the first one I did, it's longer. Look at the subsequent one that followed, it's a bit shorter. The next one I do is longer. The second one I did, the first one I did is longer. Subsequent is shorter. This one is longer. The subsequent one is shorter. So I go to the next one again. So the same way, let me add one more, then I will fast forward it. The same way you will repeat it. So we will explain this in lecture room, why I will be using voice note. This is just a demonstration to show how to cast instead of using sound, in case sound is not available. The same way, if you are using sound, but I will use a sound, a sound, sound, S-A-N-D, sound. I'll use a sound to do demonstration, but that will be later on. But the same way. Now, as you can see, I've fast forwarded it. I've completed the whole casting. This is called casting. That is the sewing of the dots. So if it were to be, you wanted to do it on the sand, you just take your two hands to do the casting. So it will add in there. I'm using a sand. That's why I said it's the same process. The way you use sound, probably because I'm used to it, it makes it more faster than using these pens and paper. But the world is becoming digitalized, modernized, so you can use. But there's a debate of if you should use sand or paper. There's a debate going on, but we don't need to stress ourselves too much. You can also use this as well. The most important thing is concentrate. Though when we get to the criterion of casting, there's a what we call criterion. There are times and conditions or some things you should put into consideration when you want to do casting. When we get there, when we get to that topic, we'll explain that aspect better. Just as I was saying, I said all this, I will still explain them in voice note much better. But to see the practical, that is why I take my time to do or the you can see I've done the whole what's it called, the whole sewing, the casting. I've done it. So like I was showing the other time, you can see the first one I did has a longer something, is longer, while the second one that follows it is a bit shorter. Look at where it stopped. The another first one again started from it started from where it is starting from, then it ended here. Sorry, it ended here. Look at it here. So the subsequent one that follow, that is the way you will be doing it one after the, or you do the first one will be longer, second one, the next one you want to be longer again, the next subsequent one will be what, a bit shorter. Though some scholar have argued that, well, like this one is the first one is long, like, just understand it. We'll be explaining this in voice note. This is just for you to understand how to do the casting, so without deviating too much. So after doing it this way, after you have done it this way, this is the next thing to be done. So you will go to, you start from the longer one that started from here. You do it from here, then you begin to do it like this. You have it, you have this one, you leave this one, you cut it, you begin to cut it, you cut it like this. Go to the next one, go to the next one, you cut it. Oh, sorry, you start from here rather, instead of this you start from this, you start from this one, not this one first. So I omitted it. So you start from this, you cut it from here, you go to the next one, you cut it, you go to the next one, you cut it, you go to the next one, you cut it. You just be cutting like two, this one two, you cut the second one, one two, you cut it. So instead of using say one two, I'm making it more faster. You cut it from here, 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 you cut it from here. You can see that there is no other one to cut. That means there is, you leave this just one here. So you go to the next one, just I have started. You cut it from here, you cut it from here, you cut it from here again, you cut it from here, you cut it from here, you cut it from here. I know you know what we are cutting. It's like, so once you cut this one, once you cut this one, you count one two, you cut again, another one two, you cut it one two, that we are cutting it by two. So you cut it from here, 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 you cut it from here. You see, we are left with two. So once it remains one or two, you leave it. You can see one, we have one here, here we have two, we leave it. You are not cutting it again. So once remain one or two, you leave it. So you go to the next one, which is from here again. You cut it from, sorry, from here. No, this is the one. This, you meet this one before you meet it. No, it was this one that long from here come here. So you cut it from here. You start from, cut it from here. You 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 cut it from here, you cut it from here. We are left with another two again. Let's move to the next one. You cut it from here, you cut it from here, one two, you cut it from here, you cut it from here, you cut it from here, you cut, 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 and you cut. You can see we have one here. You can see we have cut it, we have one here. With this, we have generated a figure already. With this, we have generated a figure. So what is the figure we have? Once you have done this, you have generated a figure. That is like this, we have two on now. One, we have one, two. Look at another one, we have one, two. Once you have done this, like first on, second one, that means you have generated a figure. Like now we have done it from here. We have generated one, to that you have generated a figure already. So how do we know the figure we have generated? You just write it out. We have, if you look at it here, this is where we stop. Now it means that we have one dot. We have one dot. Look at another one under it. We have two dots. We have another two dots here as well. So we have another two dots. Why this first one is what? That we have generated what? A figure already. We have generated a figure already. As you can see, I have continued from where I stopped. You know, this was where I stopped when I was doing in the previous one. So the same way I did this, it's the same way I did this as well. The same way I did this, the same. So I was just cutting them two. So the remaining one, I was just using it to complete. So I have completed this whole casting. So the next thing is to write out the figure, because we have generated 4 figure. This is the 4 figure we need to bring about the whole geometric table. So we need the 4 figure. So we need to sew the dot, that is to do the casting. So though, like I said, there are different way of doing it. This is one of the method of doing it. So, and I will show you some other method, and I will tell you the one that is much more better, and with the one to use at a when to use one and when to use the other, because they have different they have different purpose, they have different purposes. And apart from that, they have the doing it this way rather than the other way, or doing the other way rather than the other way, or whichever one you are doing. I will tell you which one is considered much more better than the other. But there is no one method you cannot, because there are many other ways you can sew dot, but they have more quality than, they have more weight, they have more acceptance. Some scholars accept some patterns than the others. Let me put it that way. So basically, I've done, this is one of the ways to do it. So now, to now write it out, now look at this way. This is the figure, the one we did it from here. We did this, and we now if we were to be sound, or either sound, like I told you, they are this way and the sound way, they are 90% or 99% the same thing. But now what I want to clarify here, though like I said, some other explanation will be done in voice note while the lecture is be going on. I'm doing this so that you can have the practical, much more practical aspect of it. So now, how do we write the formula? Are we starting from here? Are we starting from here up? Would this one be the first house figure, or this one be the first? We can do it this way, we can do it this way. Now, some scholar excuse me, you can write it this way as the first figure, and you can write it this way. But the much more accepted or widely accepted by standard is to write it from here down to this place, not here. But if you write it from here, if you make, like now you want to make the first figure will be, if you make this 4 figure, like you have house 1, house 2, house 3, and so on and so forth. That is the first one you will write. So if you write this one too, that doesn't mean that if you use that to make a reading, that doesn't mean that it will not give you the reading you want. No, it will still give you the reading. So don't say because I say do it this way is the better way, then if you do it the other way to be wrong. No, but I'm telling you what is recommended, what is better in every in every feed, in every feed. Some method are always considered recommended or much more better than the other. And so I'm just telling, I'm opening I'm opening your mind to what you might meet outside or what you might meet elsewhere. So don't condemn them. But there are some little defect, but that is not our concern. But their reading will still be their readings. But so let's follow what is recommended. So the first figure will then be this will then be our first written figure. We start from here down up. So we then write it out like this. The next figure is this one as well. Next figure is this one. Then we do it this way. Then the fourth figure is this one. Jama. Sorry. Excuse me. I was a bit fasting. That was why there was an error. I don't want the video to be too. So we have generated the 4 figure. So it is this figure we then use to generate the model. If we have arranged it the other way around, this will be the first figure. If this will mean the first figure, that it will be here. So it will be this way around, but we arrange it from here. That will be the. So we then use it to generate the 4 models. Sorry, we then use to generate our our geometry chart, the chart. So So let's continue from where I stopped. No, this is a four figure model that we generated earlier. So I've transferred them here for so that we can generate the whole table. So this is a four figure. So how do we generate the geomancy table, the 16 figure table? It is so simple. It is as easy as anything you could imagine. So to generate the figures, now this one will be called this is first figure, second figure, third figure, and the fifth figure, or you call it first house, second house, third house, and fourth house. So we need the fifth house, the fifth figure. So to generate the fifth figure, just take this figure, you take this first figure, this one, this one, this one, then you transpose them down here. So with this, just as the way we generated this one that we have the way we generated this one here. Look at it here, we have it here, and we arrange them, we give us this one. So the same way it's like look at it this way. It's like just like the way we generated it here. Look at it here. We generated it here. 1, 2, 2, 1. So we now arrange them out. So equally, just like we have it here, it's like we are having it, that same thing we have earlier there. It's like we are having it here too. So we then arrange it as well, the fifth figure. So what would we have here? What would have here would be, then we then have if you take it from here, take it here, will give us 1, 1, 2, 1. So we have it here 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2 rather. So that is give us what, the fifth figure. Then the sixth figure will then be this. That is 2, 2, 1, 2. So we have 2, 2, 1, 2. This 2, 2, 1, 2. So that is, we get it from this one. Then the seventh figure will then be this. That is 2, 2, 2, 2. That is Jama. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So the eighth figure will then be this. That is 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. So that means we have generated the figure. So we need this is the eighth figure. We need the ninth figure. Then we then come down here. So we to generate the ninth figure, this and this will be added together to generate the ninth figure. This and this will be get together to generate the 10th figure. This and this will be added together to generate the 11th figure. This and this will be added together to generate the 12th figure. So that is how we generate them together. We transpose here, while here we add them together. The principle of adding is that when you have same figure together, it will give you when you have this and this will be added together to get. Let's start. So to generate this one, we start from this plus this will give us what? I will explain how it is. This plus this will give us what? 2. Then this and this will also give us what? 2 as well. This and this will also give us what? 2 as well. This and this will give us 2 as well. So this and this give us the 2 as well. Let me do this as well, so that I will explain how we got them. So this and this will give us 2 as well. This and this will give us 1. This and this will give us 2. This and this will give us 1. Now let me now explain the general rules for this. When the dot you are adding together is the same thing, you always get 2. If the dot you are adding together is different, it will always be 1. look at this. This and this, they are the same thing. That's why it gets 2. This and this are the same thing. That is why it gives us 2 here. This and this are the same thing. That's why it gives us 2. This and this are the same thing. That's why it gives us 2. This and this, look at this one. It's the same thing. It gives us 2. This and this is different because we have 2 here. We have 1 dot here. That means what? It gives us, that means we have different, they are different. So it gives us 1. This and this, they are the same. That is 2, 2, 2, 2. It gives us what? 2. This and this is different. That means different. The other way of explaining this one, I'm using the simplest way to understand it. So because some people will tell you that when it is the highest number is 2, the lowest. So I'm just giving the best way to understand them. You understand it? You can also understand it in different way, but that is the best way to understand the addition. So we move on to this one. This and this one, like that, they are different. 2 plus 1 will give us what? 1. Like now, some people will explain that 2 plus 1 will give us what? For this geomancy table, 2 plus 1 will give us 1. 2 plus 2. Different way to explain it, but just understand it like that. When the 2 lines are the same, it gives us what? 2. It gives us 2 dots. When the 2 lines are different, it gives us what? 1 dot. So this and this, they are different. Give us what? 1 dot. This and this are different as well. Give us what? 1 dot. This and this will give us what? Give us one dot as well. This and this are the same. Give us what? 2 dots. I'm using a clearest or the simplest way to understand them. You can use mathematical method to understand and use different terminology. So this and this one, to make this one sharply, anytime you have German, you are plussing German with another figure. That figure you are plussing will always repeat itself. So like this one, instead of saying this one, you automatically know that this one will repeat itself. Whenever you have, just like this one, whenever you have German and you are plussing it with another figure, that figure you are plussing it together will bring out the answer. So this and this give us this one. So the next thing to be done is that you have gotten the 9th figure, you have gotten the 9th figure, the 10th figure, 11 and 12. Then we need 13, 14 because they are 16. So we need the 13th figure. This and this will give us this, and this will give us this. This and this will give us this. This and this will give us this. And this and this will give us this. So this and this will give us, let me be fast. Now, so we have gotten the 13th figure and the 14th figure. So this and this is added together, then it gives us this. Now to get the 16th figure, so this and this will be added together to get the 16th figure. So now we have generated the 16th figure. This and this is added together to get this. This and this. So that is the way this and this is added together to get this. This and this generally is added together to get this, just like the way we added this and this. So this and this is added together as well to get the 16th figure. 16th figure is always written at this corner side. So it means that this is the first house, second house, third house, fifth house, first house, second house, third house, the fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is the Geomancy, the complete chart. So in the voice note of the lecture in the classroom or in the lecture, we'll be explaining it better. We will use voice to explain them. So I just bring this as a practical aspect to understand it. So that is that. So now we have generated the whole tables out. We have generated the whole table and it has been labeled so that you can easily understand them. So this 4 figure is generally called the mother's figure. The mother's figure. So the first thing you should know that this is called house 1, house 2, house 3, house 4, house 5, house 6, house 7, house 8, and so on and so forth down to the 16. If you count the whole thing, you realize that they are all 16 in number. So they are called house 1, house 2. So those are it means that if you want to go further, we need to box this, just as we box each one of them. You can box them so that we can then begin to fill in this. But there's no need of boxing and begins to write them out, since it is we automatically know that which, if the first one represent the first house, the second one represent the what, second house. So but you can create a box for them that will represent house one, house two, and you begin to fill in those figures. But automatically, if you are to be sound, you don't need those things. And if you don't want to stress yourself as well, you don't need to be drawing that box and begin to fill those figures. So just know that this the first figure that appears is always figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4, and so on and so forth. So we have generated the four figure, and we have explained the previous, we have explained earlier how we generated this, and we have explained earlier how we generate all these things, and we have explained earlier how we generate this and the rest down to the wall, the 16 figure. So now the names, these four figures is called the mother's figure, because they are the one that bet the whole of the figure. But they are called, that is why they call mother figure. Now in Arabic it is called Umhat, that is the house of the Umhat. Umhat means the mothers. So the next one, the first one is what, after this we generated the what, the daughter figure. In Arabic it's called what, the banat house. So so this is the what, mother figure. So from this then we generate this what, which is called the afidat, the house of the afidat. So next one is what, we generate the what, the court. Which in the court we have the witness, and we have the what, the judge. So in the judge is called the house of the mizan. So this is the what, the mizan. The judge is called the what, the mizan figure. Why the what, the 16 figure is house of the what, the judge of the judge, the judge of the judge. The judge, that is the judge, this is the house that judge this. Why this judge the whole of the world, the figure, this judge this further judge the conclusion, this one further judge the conclusion of this one, this judge the whole, this judge, this is the judge that pass judgment on all everything we have in the world, the house. This is the one that give the world the final judgment. But whether the judgment of this one is okay or otherwise, or if it needs further explanation, this is the judge that further give a what, further judgment over whatever this one says. That's why it's called the judge of the judge, and it's called one, the Akiba. We call it the Akiba of war Romley. This is called the Akiba. But when it begins to practice, there is a further way of bringing out the word Akiba of Romley. This is just the word, the physical or the standard, or just the primary Akiba. Like we have the judge of the world, we also have what we call the judge of the judge as well. That is, if you don't want to use this, let's say you want to, we will get there when we get to where we need them. We begin to explain them in the lecture room. But just did know that this one is called Akiba. But this is not the only Akiba in Romney. This is the point I want to bring out. This is the judge. This is not the only judge of the judge. There are also way of bringing this judge of the judge apart from using this one. But this is just the what everybody knows is the judge of the judge, and the what is the Akiba. So we move on. So we have completed this method of casting. We also show you other method of the casting, but we may not necessarily need to bring out this table again. We just want to show you, this is the one of the method of sewing the dot and generate. This is all these things are what generated this four. We do generated this model, and this model then generate the whole of the figure. So we will show you another method of generating the model figure. That is another method of doing all these things. But once we only show you the method, we will not necessarily show you how to generate this one again, because whatever method you use to generate the figure is the same method you will use to generate whatever methods you use to generate the model figure. You may use this method, may be different from another method I will be showing you, may be different from another different method, but it is the same method you will use to generate this one. So I will show you now. I'm going to show you another method of generating the model figure, that is sewing of the dot. So all this will further be explained in the voice note, or why are we doing direct voice. So it will further be explained in the lecture room.